Hi, welcome to Wild Wednesday Live, presented by the Quilt Craft and Sew Mall, your one-click stop to all your favorite vendors. Today's kind of crazy because we're just getting back from the Sacramento show, so we're still unpacking and all that good stuff. But we're glad that you're joining us. I can see you guys are starting to sign on. Hi, Rondi. Hi, Corrine. Hi, Anna. So, of course, you know, when we first start, we like to do roll calls, so just type in where you're from. Jennifer's from Roseville. Jennifer, is this your first time watching us, or have you, did you find us at the Roseville show, or have you watched us before? I always like to kind of know the statistics about that. Gosh, hi, Mo's from Idaho. So we got people from all over, which is kind of exciting. It just keeps getting broader and broader. Hi, Judy. So today I'm going to be filling in as your host. And I'm Beth from Fabric Chicks in Gardnerville. Hi, Sue. Hi, everyone. It's always so exciting. It's kind of like a family reunion when you guys all start logging on. Irene says the Sacramento show was great. It was fabulous. I hope that you came in and said hello to us and introduced yourselves at all the shows. Always come into Raylene's booth and my booth and introduce yourselves. We love to see you. It was fun to put names with faces, and we're really looking forward to, well, I mean, as much as you can look forward to, you know, sweating and packing and doing another show, we're looking forward to, in 2 weeks, I think we're going to be in Scottsdale, Arizona. So make sure if you're in that area, mark your calendars. So that will be the first weekend in September. Gosh, you guys just keep logging on. It just keeps scrolling all the comments of where you guys are from. Lots of California people, San Francisco, Coos Bay, Oregon. It's super fun to see where you guys are from. Okay, so today we've got a great lineup of vendors that are going to be doing demos. First, we're going to start with Connie Spurlock, who's from Idaho. She's one of my favorite vendors and teachers. She always has great, fast techniques. Like if there's a cheater way to do something faster, she's going to find it. So let's just welcome Connie right in and let Connie take it from there. Hey, Connie, how are you?
Hey, Beth, nice to see you. Great. I'm glad you had a wonderful show. I've heard it was terrific.
Yes. Yep. Good. Okay. What do you have to show us today? I heard you have a great promotion.
I do know what out, so I'm just going to pretend like I don't know what you're saying, and I will just start. We do have a promotion today. I love to do speedy things. I find if the things that you're working on don't take very long to do, you probably have a few more finished projects and a few less unfinished projects. So what I'm going to introduce you to today is the 10-degree ruler. Watch the screen. Is the 10-degree ruler. It's made by Off the Wall Quilts. It's green because the two hardest colors to see when you're cutting fabric is white and black. You can easily see with this. You can see it kind of has a glow edge. It's 22.5 inches long. This is the measurement, also the straight of the grain, and this is your 1/4 inch seam allowance. So first I'm going to show you how we would cut wedges using this ruler. I'm only using the ruler for the shape, and then we will show you a bunch you can do. So first of all, let me just show you that I can cut anywhere on the ruler. On this, let's see, can you get that down here? On this little bit that I put here, I started cutting my wedges at the end of the ruler here, but I'm going to do a little with this. I choose an 8. That's the mark on my ruler. This is the straight of the grain. And with my rotary cutter, I'm first cut. I'm right-handed. So in order for me to cut my wedges in the fastest possible way, I'll show you a little trick that I'm going to do. I've got 3 pieces of fabric here. 3 fat quarters will make 2 table runners. So I've cut the right side off. But do you see then how hard it would be for me to come over on this side? So I'm going to pick up the whole bit, and now I'm going to line my ruler up still on the 8. So my mark right here is on the 8, and I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to flip and put it on the 8 again, and cut it again, And usually I cut between 3 and 5 layers of fabric at a time. It takes no more to cut 5 or 6, cut 3, and back on the 8 again. And we're going to cut that all the way across. And then I'm going to pick them up. Here's a little tip for you. Rather than divide them out, I'm going to pick up this batch and lay them on top of batch and back and forth until I have collected all that I have cut. On this particular, this is where I've cut it at the tip. Here's my stack that I have all layered. Why do we leave them layered rather than divide them out? Because I'm going to put those wedges together. And here you can see that I put 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I turned it and I went the other way. In this case, I did 12 before I went the other way. So if they're all in order, no matter if I'm doing 4 before I turn it or whether I'm doing 8, the next one I need is going to be on top. And so that make it very, very easy for me to do. So let me add a couple of pieces to this. I'm picking up my next color, which is going to be right on top, and I lay it on top of my wedges that I've just put together. Now I'm going to turn it over so my new piece is on the bottom, and I'm sewing from the small end to the big end. And I'm going to continue to do that until I get as many wedges as I want. In this particular, you may not be able to hear me over the sewing machine. In this particular case, I've added this one. Now I'm going to take the next one off on top, lay it on top of the one I've just sewn on. I'm going to turn it over so my new piece is on the bottom, and I'm just going to keep adding until I get any wedges as I want. So you can see that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll add another one and I'll do 8, and then I'll turn them and do 8 another way. If you put a big end to a big end, that's what's going to give you your curve. The more wedges you put together, the greater your curve is going to be. On this one, we have done 12. Here you can see where we turned. Now we put the big next to the small end, and we went 12 this way so that we will have this shape. It doesn't matter how many wedges that you put together. Usually you would put the same amount, either 12 and 12 or 8 and 8, but that's how you will easily put them together. When I have finished my 12 and 12, I'm going to take a piece of batting. There's my batting, and there's my back. And here finished. In class, we have had a good majority of the people, all of them have finished in 3 hours. Some have finished in 1. I pin this and put this together. You have 3 layers. These, of course, are right sides together. And when I start stitching, I'm going to start at the edge of the fabric that I've just laid down. I'm going to stitch in 1/4 inch and staying on the piece, staying on the runner that I have just pieced, I'm going to stitch all the way around, come back, leave a nice opening, I would say 5 or 6 inches, and stitch back out. Then when I take my scissors and I cut right along the edge of the runner that I have pieced and turn it right side out, the finished runner, I'll move this so you can see it more easily. There is my finished runner. And because I did that little stitch in, because I've done that little stitch in, then all I have to do is just press it. All my edges are even and I can quilt it. Or if I choose to bind it, I would bind it after I already have a finished edge. A curve is going to take a bias binding. And so it's much easier to put that binding on if the edges. So this is one that we have done that after I showed you, pieced it and then put it together with the batting. Then we did our binding on that afterwards. Now, if you want a curve, you put big, but if you would like a straight edge, if you alternate a big end to a small end, so that looks like this, then that's what's going to give you that straight edge. And if you're alternate to get your straight edge, this is what your fabric could look like. Now you can cut our wedges wherever or that I did. All of those numbers, because they're going to be in a curve, are going to be cut on the same number. But when you have a straight edge, you can cut them on any number. It doesn't different. So you'll see we have some wide ones here and some narrower ones here. And that will just give you a variety and make a fun project for you. Here is one that we have done in Halloween. And we started at the tip of the ruler, and we did 8, and then we did 8, and then we turned the other way to do 8. Here's some fun that you can do. Here is, let's see, there's my ruler. We cut 5 fabrics. You see them here. Get that out of your way. We cut those 5 fabrics, and then we took our ruler and we went back and we cut on the straight of the grain, so that's going to be garbage. We would have here and flipped it around and cut here and then flipped it back around. So first we stacked up 5 fabrics and cut those wedges and sewed them together. Then we stacked them up again and we cut them the opposite way. And what you get for doing that is you get about 150 pieces of fabric in about an hour. And with that fabric, depending on what fabric you might use, here's a Christmas fabric we pieced. And out of this fabric, we did a whole bunch of fun things. One of them was we made a placemat. Mat we're going to offer in your pattern. As a pattern, we're going to give you a pattern for the table runner, pattern for the placemat, and I'll show you the jacket in a minute for the jacket too, and of course your ruler as well. It costs us $10 to ship, so our special will be $39, which includes shipping at those 3 patterns, and your ruler will be shipped from the factory in Florida. So this is for a square table or a rectangular, and this same is for a round table. The other thing that we made out of that fabric was we made some Christmas stockings. So our fabric is already done. We're just using that fabric to make whatever quick projects we would like to do. If you want to make a very border, sew some wedges together and then square it up and just cut strips like this, and you'll have a very fast border for a quilt. If you take your ruler and you run it, tip it just a little bit more. If you run it just like this at a diagonal, you will have a bias border. So quick strips or on the angle to make a bias border will make a very beautiful border for your quilt. On fabric, when we layered up our 3, we used the ruler and we cut it on a 7. You see how that's more fabric is showing? And the scraps that we made, again, a very quick placemat, putting those wedges on, sewing them right onto either batting. This happens to be Basel foam. There's really no right or wrong for whichever way you do that. If you want to accentuate your wedges, every wedge be pieced with a strip of 1-inch strip that would accentuate your wedges a little bit more, or you could sew them together this, that you don't have much of an accentuation at all, and then just put a ribbon across, and with a decorative stitch you can just stitch it down. You'd have a lot quicker project, and you would to show off each one of those wedges. These are, so there's a pot holder, And here's a little eyeglass case that we used with our scraps. Another placemat for you to see that we just very quickly took our wedges and put them together for that. And then, last but not least, 50-cent sweatshirt from Goodwill that we washed and dried, cut the ribbing off the neck and not the neck, leave the ribbing on the neck, the sleeves, and also the bottom of the jacket. The pattern will show you how to cut it apart. And after you've pieced all of your wedges, this happens to be made out of batik, then this is what the jacket is going to look like. In the front, you can see that we some wedges cutting on the tip of the ruler and just made this. And over here, you can see that we've actually made a circle. With a 10-degree ruler, it will take 36 wedges to and all of those 3 patterns, the jacket, the placemat, and the table runners, plus your ruler, plus the shipping for $39. Our number is running across the bottom of the screen. We live in North Idaho, so we're 208-667-6168. And this offer is good until Monday. This offer is not on our website, which is sowonderfuldreams.com. This is only, you'll need to call us to do that. We'll get the information from you and get that right out. I think my 15 minutes is up. It's a pleasure talking with you today. I hope you had a good time, good things coming up. So don't go away and look for us at the next show. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Connie, what's the next show you're going to be at? Where will we see you next?
You will see me in Scottsdale.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. And wait, say it again. You cut out.
At the Westworld.
Perfect. Okay. So stay with us, Connie, because we're going to bring you back at the end for everybody's questions and answers. All right. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I want to remind you that everybody that we're interviewing, we're all working out of our homes and our studios and our shops. So we don't always have perfect internet connections. So you just kind of have to bear with us. We're all doing the best that our internet. We have no control over our internet. So sometimes it'll be it will cut out a little bit. If it's really, really bad, we will reschedule that vendor. But usually we can kind of work through it and know what they're saying. And then Connie has a special that's going to go through Monday, but for most of our vendors, they will have a special. If you go to Quilt Craft Sew Mall and click on the Wild Wednesday logo, which you can see up at the top right-hand corner of your screen, that's the logo that you're going to want to go to on the Quilt Craft Sew Mall. Click on the Wild Wednesday Live. That will take you right to the vendors that we're interviewing today, and it will give you their special, which is going to be good through Friday at midnight. So we've extended that. It's always going to be good through Friday at midnight unless the vendors have something special, because we like to keep you guys on your toes. And I also want to remind you that Connie does teach classes. She does do at the shows. You're going to want to make sure that you look at the schedule, which is always online, I think 2 weeks prior. I'm a vendor, so I don't really know how it works for you guys, but I think 2 weeks prior to a show, the Quilt Craft Sew Mall puts on the schedule. So you can see like when Raylene is teaching, when Connie's teaching. Make sure you schedule enough time. I know in Roseville, a lot of ladies came back a second day so that they could see all the demos and go to all the classes. Kathleen, I don't have a cold. This is my sexy voice. No, I think it's the smoke. It's horrible. We have so much smoke and the ash is just crazy. But I really think it's the smoke that's doing me in. Okay, so let me see if I've got any other housekeeping. Hold your questions till the end, because we'll bring everybody back at the end and we'll answer all the questions that you have. And if you ever miss a show, go to our YouTube channel, which is Wild Wednesday Live, I believe. Gosh, I don't know. So many things have changed since we've kind of moved over. But go to our YouTube channel. Everything is always videoed. So if you get Connie's ruler today, and then you have questions and you want to watch the demo, you can always go back to the YouTube channel and rewatch it. So don't worry. It's always there. And let's see. Okay, we have Yasmita. So let's bring Yasmita on. She's from Yazzii Bags in Australia. To put your mic on, Yasmita. Put your microphone on. There you go. How are you?
Hi. How are you? Good. Very well. Very well. Thank you.
Good. Well, I know you've got a couple of videos, so you want to go right to it?
Yeah, I'll just explain a couple things and then we'll move straight to the video.
Okay.
I'm not going to be at any of these shows coming from Australia, and I'm so appreciative that Rusty Barnes has sort of included all of us vendors who have been there for many years to be at least communicating and having all the audience there. And the support we've had has been tremendous for the last year. We are very appreciative. Unfortunately, from Australia, we cannot travel for a long time now. So I think it's important that we just stay connected. So today I'm going to just quickly tell you our coupon details. It's Yazz, Y-A-Z 11. And it's a free shipping on orders over $50 US for continental USA. And there's a 10% discount on all our 38 current new bags on our website. We've got a beautiful catalog out there, and I think anything you see in there, you can get a 10% discount plus your free freight, as long as you make the minimum basket values. If you're in Canada, Alaska, and Hawaii, the free shipping only kicks in at $75, and you will get your 10% discount on orders over $100. So you can combine 2 bags or anything that you want. So I think that's a good offer, and it's going to be valid all the way till the 31st of August this month. The next thing, I'm so excited. We've just got word from Kentucky that our Sashiko Kits that we've done and prepared, there's been so many inquiries about it, have just arrived, and we are ready now to dispatch them with our bags. So the videos I'm going to show you are going to explain all of that, and this will help you understand what's coming. And before I do that, I want to tell you our next batch of kits are going to come in with this indigenous inspired designs, and that's going to be next. But for now, we have things like these. So anyone who's into the Sashiko world and Borrow world would love to be able to pick up any of these bags of ours, and it comes with the panel, the needle, and the thread. So have a look at these videos. You'll be quite surprised, and they are absolutely beautiful 1-hour projects, and they become fabulous Christmas gifts where someone's going to use the bag eventually, plus have your personal embellishment on it. So I'll leave you to this, and I'll come back and talk to you about the little giveaway we're offering as well in a little while. No, no.
to say, Ron, you can bring me in.
Hi, Ron. You can bring me in now. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that whole presentation on the Sashiko kits that we've just received in the US. So everything there will come to you in Canada and the US from Kentucky. We've been waiting to have these prepared in Australia. Like the bags are already there. They've been there for many years. We've been doing this for 20 years. I just think we needed to add another dimension to the product range, and that's been good. Now, I'm also excited to tell you about the little giveaway we've offered for this particular episode. I'm not sure at what point does the organization present it to you or who wins it and when. All I know is I will send our iron storage bag that now fits the Oliso iron. We've always had this bag that fits your little iron, the mini iron, and that's something we've been offering in Australia and the US for 14 years now. So we introduced a larger one that comfortably fits your Oliso iron with the trivet and everything in there, and it's become a very popular. So I thought it's a perfect giveaway for your show so that someone there will be able to use it and hopefully recommend it to others, because it is a new product in our range. So I'll let you see that. I won't be back, and I'll be here at the end to answer any questions, but do enjoy this little presentation of how this little iron bag works. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We'll see you in a minute. All right, so we'll see Yasmita in a minute. She'll come back at the end for all your questions and answers. Gosh, in the comment, it's hard to like follow the comments and follow what the vendor is demoing. But thankfully, it looks like Vicki had some flooding in Miami, but hopefully you're doing good, Vicki. I know the whole world's kind of crazy right now. Okay, so we're doing this new thing of tips, sewing tips, quilting tips, that kind of stuff. But I keep getting asked the same question over and over and over for like the last 30 years. So I'm going to bring it to you guys because I hear it's a big debate like on internet and different websites and things that are, or groups that are having. So I thought I'd bring it to you guys and let you guys duke it out. So the debate of the day is, do you iron your seams open or to one side, typically the dark side? So you guys can just type that in and let us know what you think's best. As always, quilting is always your personal preference, but it's always good to know why you do something, because a lot of times we were told by our first teachers, this is how you do it. This is the only way to do it. This is the gospel truth. You have to iron to the dark side, or you have to do this. But I believe there is no right or wrong in quilting. Whatever makes you happy is the right thing. So put in what you think. It looks like a lot of you are saying iron to one side. They're $3. Yeah. So and then I'm just, definitely most people are saying to iron to one side. So this is, I kind of researched it a little bit, and the answer that I get most often as I was researching it it said ironing to one side is quicker and it makes it easier to lock your seams in place because seams are pressed in the opposite direction. So if you're doing like a 4-patch and you've ironed to the dark side, you're going to be able to just nest those seams right in together. I always pin on each side of the seam so it doesn't shift. But I think purists and people that are ironing like backings and bindings and that kind of stuff, they typically do iron their seams open. Just for piecing, only for piecing, it sounds like we iron to one side. Rondi says she likes ironing seams open because she gets a flatter seam, but there are times when you iron to one side. So it really, like anything in quilting, you've just got to definitely, Cindy, if you're doing a 6 or 8 point star or something, first of all, you're crazy. Anybody who's trying to do 6 points is crazy. But you would definitely have to iron them open because it would just be too much bulk. But if you just have one seam and you're nesting them like a 4-patch or a 9-patch, I think it is easier to nest them if you have ironed to one side. But I like that. I like all the different reasonings. So, girls, you have to read the comments so you can know what everybody's saying. Okay, so next we have, and I'm gonna keep watching your comments as Amy's demoing, but don't you guys read the comments while Amy's demoing because you're supposed to be paying attention to Amy. So let's go ahead and bring Amy on. Amy is one of my favorite vendors. I'm gonna be honest. I first said that I don't know why anybody would want to do diamond art because we have applique and we have handwork. We're quilters. But I will tell you, I sell more diamond art than I sell fabrics sometimes because it's super therapeutic and relaxing. It's a weird kind of a thing, but I am totally a diamond art addict. It's a true story, Amy.
I made Raylene a diamond art addict too.
I think we all are. I mean, I look at all my customers and they're always saying, hey, can you throw in a Halloween or can you throw in a Christmas or can you throw in everybody wants me to add diamond art to every order.
Awesome.
Ann Lindemeyer says she's doing diamond art right now as she's watching.
Awesome.
The girls are crazy.
Cool.
Okay. All right, Amy, show us what you got.
All right, so first of all, I just want to start out and let you know what my coupon code is. So it's 40. Today I actually turned 41, but last year we had such a really bad storm here in Cedar Rapids, and basically we had like an inland hurricane that destroyed our town. So my 40th birthday wasn't all that good. So this year I'm celebrating, so it's the promo code is 40. With 40% off of one kit. So any kit that's on the site, and I've added a ton of new stuff today. So hopefully you'll see that online. So just kind of a refresher for some people that have never seen diamond art before or always wondered what it was or what the difference between round and square beads are. I just kind of want to show any of the newcomers that are online here. So basically right now I am working on a round diamond kit. And round diamonds kind of fit wherever they go. You're just picking them up out of the tray, and I'm just putting them on the S, and they just stick. So each package has a number, and so I'm doing package number 21. And if you follow the code, the key here, I'm doing number 21, which are all of the S's. And so I'm just picking them up and putting them on the S's. Now there's a tube at the end of the pen, and if you pull the sheet back, you got to remember to pull the sheet back. It doesn't go in this way, but you pull this sheet back and you press this all the way in, and it fills this tube up with wax. And this is what helps pick the beads up out of the tray. Now when I do round beads, I do them, when I design the round beads, I do them where there's a lot of the same colors in the same area rather than square beads. And so you're just picking them up and just putting them on. This is very tacky here, so they just stick on. And I roll these up and take them from one show to another. I've also added a sticker that's probably upside down to you.
Hey, Amy, is
Yeah.
there any chance you can get closer to your mic?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'll scream.
Okay, talk really loud in your loudest outdoor voice.
Okay, so basically I put a label on here that states that the plastic piece is not reversible. So the more beads you put on this, the more that when you go to put the plastic back down, if you put it the wrong way, you're going to have a hard time pulling it back, and it can rip this plastic. And so this is the round design. And then I also have the square. Square fit closer together, as you can see here, more like a cross stitch. And so this one I'm just doing number 35, which are all of the arrows, and I try and color coordinate them. Now the reason why I did this one in square was for the sewing machine, is so I can get more intricate work within the sewing machine. And so I'm just picking them up and I'm just putting them on, and they just stick. And you can move them around. So let's say if I accidentally put one over here, I can actually put some pressure and move it over. Now the other tool that there is there's this tool that a lot of people have questions about. If you pull this sheet back on your wax, and I always put it at the edge, and I press all the way down, and I kind of slide it across, and then I pat it down. There's little grooves in this tray, so if you shake the tray, they'll start popping right side up, where I can actually pick up several different beads, and of course I do demo, and it doesn't work very well. And so I'm just going to put them down, and they just stick, and then I can move them over to where I need to. Now also you can put a very thin ruler in between, and it'll kind of line up the square beads also. Same with the round beads. So I'll show you some finished pieces of why I do the round and the square beads. So the round beads, for instance, the pin cushion, I did a lot of the round beads because there's a lot of the same colors in the same area. Now I also make these designs so you just cut this edge off and you put it right into a standard size frame. So you're not spending $100 or $200 in framing. So it's a cheap, easy way. And all these frames I've either gotten at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And then the other thing is if you lose a package of beads or something happens, or I forget to put something in, which does happen, I replace them at no charge. You just send up in the email that's in the instruction sheet, and I'll get those right out to you. And so here's the square beads, where square beads fit closer together, which I get more dimension and more shading to my imaging. I would never be able to get this design if it was in round beads. I would have to make it an extremely large design, and not everybody has the wall space for something like this. And then I also have the partial kits. Oops. And partial kits are kind of where part of it is beads, but the background is canvas. Everybody always wonders, do I have everything in it to make it? Yes. It just means that you're not doing the full thing with beads. And so I'll show you kind of what the partial is here. So this is one of my trees, and Beth does carry my product, and she does have the trees in stock, I think. So basically when you pull this back, it's not sticky here, but it's only sticky where the beads go. And so you're just picking them up, and you're just putting them on, and they just stick in that area. If I was to put one over here, see, it won't come off my pen. But if I put it here where the circle is, it'll fit right in there. And so that's kind of the partial. Some of the partials I put mat boards in because these are not frameable sizes, and I won't sell anything that you can't just go buy a standard size frame. So I just want to show you some new looks that I did.
Wait, Amy, go back to your mic. It's muffled again.
Oh, can you hear me? Beth.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
It just kind of keeps cutting in and out.
I'm
So don't
sorry.
look away from your mic.
Okay, I won't look away, so I have no idea what I'm looking at, but this is one of my designs. This is actually the skull. It's not online yet. Beth does have it. I don't know if she has any more, but this is something I'll have back in stock hopefully next month. But I know Beth does have some of these. I don't know if she still has them yet, but
I have a couple left.
So if you want one of these, call Beth. So that's one of my new designs. And Beth hasn't even seen these yet. So this is another one. And this is a partial, and this is where I've added the mounting board. So that way it fits right into a 12 by 12 frame. So this one actually fits right into a 10 by 10 frame. So this is a new one. I really like this one, but I like blues and greens. So as you can see, and also the pen does pick up the bigger beads. You just use a little bit more wax. So you may be able to only pick up 2 or 3 of the bigger beads, and then before you need to put more wax into it. Some people just use their fingers too. So just a couple more new ones. This is new and it's online. Trying not to look away and get in trouble. This is the last one of the partial kits. So then what everybody's all been waiting for, I cut these today, which I got to do a little bit better job, but I'll have them, they're online. It's under Create Your Own Designs. So these are magnets, which I have to do some trimming, but it was a quick, get it done real quick for live today. So these are online, and so these are for round beads. As you can see, if I go closer, the round beads, you can see how I put those round beads on there. Now these, you're only using your leftover beads. I'm not going to provide beads for these because it can be too much for me with trying to mail out beads and keep track. And a lot of times the color dyes change also. And this is my square one. So if you have round beads or square beads, these are online right now. I only had 50 of each available until next month. I just kind of wanted to make sure that they would work. So everybody that's been waiting for something to do on their own, these are it, and they're here and they're online. I just put them online today. And then I also I just came out with some new compacts that are online, and these are a 2-sided. Some are 2-sided, which it's going to say in the description. This is a 1-side where only one of it's. So here's just a couple of them. The cherries, the strawberry. I don't have very many left because I took them to the show in Sacramento and a lot of people liked them. Here's the mini. And then I also have the cow. And then other things that I will be putting online that I haven't had a chance to, I just ran out of time, is I have some new bookmarks available. So these are going to be the 3 new bookmarks that I'll be putting online here soon. So anyways, so I will not be at a lot of the shows the rest of the year. I've kind of booked myself with other things, but Beth from Fabric Chicks has my kits and we'll have them in her booth. So please stop by. She's got a wide range. You kind of have to look for them because she kind of hides them into baskets. So if you see something, ask her. I won't be in Scottsdale, unfortunately, but I will be in Phoenix, hopefully next January or February. I don't remember the dates. So anyways, that's it.
Perfect. Well, I want to first of all say happy birthday, and I'm surprised. It's so exciting. But you know what? Like, people were commenting even before you said it was your birthday. All of your stalker customers were like commenting happy birthday. So they got good memories. You can't tell them anything because they don't forget a thing.
Right? I know. My husband even sent flowers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I was outside taking pictures to put on the website, and all of a sudden this flower guy shows up and scared me so bad. I'm like, oh, hi.
Right. That's very nice. Very, very thoughtful. He might be a keeper.
Maybe.
Okay, Norma, you're totally going to have to try this because I held out as long as possible, and I am a total diamond art addict. Like, I literally have one on my coffee table to do every night. It's ridiculous. Okay, so Amy, we're going to bring you back in a minute when we bring everybody back. So if you guys have questions, get ready to type them in. But Judy Baxter, thank you for reminding me that I forgot the code word. So for those of you that are new to joining, we do a code word every week. So all you have to do is type in the word that I'm going to give you. And you'll be entered into the drawing. Today, though, I'm going to tell you, usually Raylene is super quick about putting it up about 6 o'clock in the evening after the shows, but she's got some family stuff going on. So she probably will not get it up until tomorrow. So please don't bombard her with, hey, who's the winner? Who's the winner? She'll get it up as soon as she can, but probably tomorrow afternoon. So don't get worried if you can't find it. Tomorrow afternoon, it will be posted on the Wild Wednesday Live Facebook page. So the code word is scissors. Scissors, 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 scissors. So just type that in. If you've never done it before, type it in. And if you're a winner and you're drawn, the vendors will just pop it in the mail to you and it'll just show up on your doorstep. So, sorry, I wasn't paying attention when Connie announced it. So we'll have to have Connie tell us when we bring her back in. But Yazzie has the new large iron storage bag that she's going to be sending you. Uniquely Crafts is doing a kit. Quilter's Haven. And Raylene is so generous. She always does giveaways because she thinks you guys like the giveaways. I tell her that you just joined because you like us. But it might be that you're joining because of the giveaways. But so Quilter's Haven has 2 Wild Wednesday mugs. So if you don't win one of these and you need one, you can order these from Raylene. They're $10 plus shipping. And she mailed one to me to make sure that it would arrive safely. She threw it on the floor. My husband actually opened it while we were at the show, and he didn't know she had wrapped it so carefully, but he said that it could have been driven over by a dump truck and it would have survived. So Wild Wednesday Live mugs, if you need one, you can get them from Raylene for $10 or you can pick them up at the shows. Jane, you're so sweet. Okay, so I think, I'm supposed to have a second tip of the day. This is a quick one. So you know how you get the nesting underneath when you're sewing on your sewing machine, you get nesting or like a wad of thread under your machine. You can totally avoid that by pulling up. So when you go to start sewing, piecing, you're going to just do needle down and then needle up, pull your bobbin thread up, and then hold on to it as you start to sew. That will avoid all that nesting problems that you get. So avoid the nesting by pulling your bobbin thread to the top, and then you can sew and have a great time, and you don't have to worry about all that little mess. You know how sometimes the machine will kind of suck your fabric down into the throat plate? Just pull your bobbin thread up and life will be easier. Trust me. Okay, Julie says she likes everything about Wild Wednesday Live. You ladies, vendors, demos, giveaways, well, good. And you know what? If there's ever anything that you think could make it better, we are totally open to new ideas. So just shoot us an email or something. Mary Beatty, I know a minute ago you asked where you were. You're on Facebook. So don't say anything you don't want to be out there for the rest of your life. And yes, Mary, I do have them on. I have a few at the shop, so you can pick yours up at the shop. And I'll also have them on Friday's sale. Okay. Sherry says she had her coffee in her mug. Aw, you guys can have Wild Wednesday Live with you all day long. Okay. Wine Wild Wednesdays. Nicole, I totally think you're my favorite. Wine any time of the day or morning or night or anytime. Okay, so let's bring all the vendors back, and you guys can type in any questions that you have. Quick, hurry, what questions do you have? You guys were such good interviewees that they have no questions. Woo-hoo. Not a single question. Connie, do you have a tip of the day to give them? I know you're full of tips. Connie's kind of in the boonies in Idaho, so she's got it looks like a rough connection. Connie, can you hear me? Connie. Amy, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
No. Okay, I think Connie's frozen. Okay, Amy, they would like to know, is the cactus behind you available? Of course yes. It is, or she wouldn't have it featured.
I know. It is under the large design kits.
Are they separate purchases now?
So they
You can
could
put
use
it in
their
the
40%
phone.
off
Get it back,
coupon
Yeah.
code and get that today.
Yep.
Perfect.
So when you
Perfect.
order the code,
Okay.
you put
Are
it
the
in
Yazzii
the
bags and
bag.
embellishment kits separate purchases?
No, they do. They are listed together as a purchase. Some people already have the bag and they might just want to buy the panel. So we have separated it there where they do have the option to buy the panel.
Can't buy the
Okay, perfect. And then Amy, since Christy Lee made my sample of the sugar skull, she's hooked and she wants to know if you have more other designs of sugar skulls available or if you're going to be bringing out more.
I just have the one right now, but I can bring more out. I just got to get some other ones done. But I do want to mention the lady that said that she wants to try this. A bookmark is a nice starter kit. So I just wanted to mention that real quick.
Okay.
For sure. With the bookmark, they can get that done in an
Yeah.
evening.
I
Mm-hmm.
do have a sugar skull like the owls style coming out. I just got to get it done. Anyway,
You just need an 8th day in the week.
yeah. I'll send you a picture of it, Beth, so you can put it on your Friday stuff.
Okay, perfect. And then Yasmita, how much are the Oliso iron pouch?
The bag itself is $24.
Okay, and then if they order $75, they get free
Yeah.
shipping.
So if they combine it with another bag, that's the time to do it because they're taking advantage of quite a bit with the free shipping plus your 10% discount. All of that combined is not a bad deal.
For sure. Okay, and then Connie,
I
can you
think
hear me
it's
yet?
26.40. Sorry, the iron bag is 26.40.
Okay, 26.40.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Connie, can you hear me yet? Connie. Okay, Connie, let me know. Otherwise, Shirley will have Connie and go back. We'll tell her to go back and read the questions. But I know that I'm going to say I've watched her demo several times, and I'm not sure that she has a book of ideas for the 10-degree ruler, but she does have a lot of different patterns using it, but not one book necessarily, I don't think. Okay, wait, now I'm up to everybody's code words. Scissors. Okay, let's see. Let me get back to the questions. Okay. And I will get compacts from Amy. I do have some. Hey, Connie. Okay, Amy, why do some of your diamond art numbers don't match 1 with 1? Gnomes start out with 1 is 2.
Yeah, I know. I need to work on that. It's just sometimes because if there's a 1 next to something that looks similar, it makes it too hard for you to see the difference between, like if I put an S and a 5 next to each other, it's hard to distinguish both of them next to each other. And so that's kind of why it's like that. I can change it. It's just, it makes it a lot more work, but it's easier if I can just take one out and add a different one. That way it's easier to see when you're working on it.
Okay, so I think you're going to have to be in that situation to know whatever the heck you just said.
Did you not hear me?
No, I heard you, but it was too confusing for me. But I think Sherry will understand because she has, because she's doing it. So I think once you're doing it, then you would understand it.
Yeah, it's just when the S and the 5, like if they're right next to each other, sometimes you don't know if it's a 5 or an S. So I try not to put the 5s and the S's together. So, and the colors go down by numbers, see?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So if I have a 5 and an S that are close together, and then it might make it hard to read or see. And so I've been trying to change it so it's easier to read, which one is which. Or I take one out a lot of times too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Sherry says she gets it. Okay, and then Yasmita, do you have plans for the panels for the larger Yazzii bags?
Yes, we're working on the samples right now as we speak, and the one I showed you here was definitely one of the bags. In this case, because it's a larger panel, I've decided to take it onto 5 larger bags now. So I think that's going to be quite exciting. The ones you saw today were the smaller project bags, and the next batch will be 5 of them, and that'll include the threads, the 3 color wave of the threads, the needle, and on my larger bags. That'll give it a different perspective, and everyone loves the Australian Indigenous type of designs, and it's totally different from what we've just done. So between the 7 and 5 bags, that means we're offering you 12 bags out of our 38 bags. For everyone that loves Sashiko, it's absolutely brilliant. The other thing I'll just quickly mention is sometimes you can just buy a bag, and if you like to do some borrow, you can just add to it. So the list is endless, but these are specific kits that we thought would help you direct yourself and start preparing your Christmas gifts now.
Perfect. And do you have a YouTube channel that does demos and things if they want to research it some more?
Yes, we have a YouTube channel. If you look, it's on our website, the YouTube channel. We'd love for you to subscribe. It's not only it's people like Sue Spargo. We've got Anna Bates, Quilt Roadies. We've got everyone out there who's doing so much reviews, and they're doing some fabulous ideas and what they've embellished with the bags. We just throw everything into the YouTube that they've given us and given us the right to add to ours, because this is an inspiration to all of you out there who might want to take it to a different level. They're using the bags. And at the end of the day, the bags are practical. They're handcrafted. You can use them. So it's not just a gift you throw in the bottom drawer. It's there that you're going to use it. And it looks fabulous when you make it your own.
Right. Perfect. And then, Connie, can you hear me? Connie, can you hear me? Okay, Connie, when you can hear me, wave. And then Christy Lee says she wants to do diamond art on her Yazzie bag, which is totally possible, Christy, because you can actually sew through the plastic of the diamond art. And I made a pillow, and it would work beautifully. So definitely that is a whole nother option.
I actually have a pattern coming out probably at the end of October that's a tote bag that you'll be able to put 12 by 12 diamond art in with a zipper over it, so you can take it in and out and wash it.
Perfect. And then you could change it for the seasons.
Yes.
Yeah, that's super fun.
Your pillow, because everybody loves your pillow.
I know. You know what? They just love a sample.
Pattern. Yeah, but you should make a pattern, and then everybody will buy it. You can make more money.
Okay, in my spare time. In my spare time. All right, Connie, can you hear me? Connie.
Hi, Beth.
Hi, Connie. Hey, so the question for you is, if you can hear me, although that doesn't look promising, if you can hear me, do you, it's crazy. Look at, here in the United States, we have Yasmita from Australia, and her connection is perfect. And then we have Connie from a few states away, and it's just crazy. Okay, Connie, do you have a book of ideas for the 10-degree ruler? Okay, I think she's gone. Okay, so do you ladies have, why don't you tell us, because I think one of the best things about these shows is that you guys donate so much. And so why don't you go ahead and tell us once more what the free gift for today is, and your coupon codes, so they know what they can order.
Who do you want to go first?
You can go first, Amy, since it's your birthday.
Okay. Oh, yay. So this is what I'm giving away, is the partial kit. Of course, you have to make it yourself, but it's this partial kit. My coupon code is 40, and it's 40% off of one kit. So it doesn't matter, whatever kit's online, it's 40% off. So it's a really good deal. And so, but yeah, this is my giveaway.
Perfect. And then your code's scrolling across the bottom. So it's 40%, which is huge, but it is her 41st birthday. So I don't know why she didn't do 41, but 41% would have made sense.
Because last year was horrible. So I'm re-celebrating 40th birthday.
Okay. All right. I'll go with that. All right. Yasmita, what is your giveaway and your coupon code?
My giveaway is my larger iron storage bag, and the code is CA555. The coupon code is YAZ11, and it's valid till the end of the month. And I think that's the giveaway side of it. We do have the smaller iron bag, which carries your mini iron, and this larger one that we've introduced recently that takes that Oliso iron. So in case you're not looking for that Oliso iron bag, you're welcome to order the smaller one, because I think it has worked for 14 years and all our bags work. I mean, that's why they're there for the last 20 years now.
Right. Right. Perfect. Okay, Connie, this is your moment of fame. Can you hear me now? Connie! Okay, so we would like to remind everybody that if you ever miss a show, go to YouTube. You can watch everything over and over again. If you have trouble falling asleep at night, go and watch us. It's always entertaining. And Connie, are you there? Connie. It's like she's so close yet. So close yet so far. Connie. Okay, so we'll be back next Monday. Make sure you set your alarms.
Here, but I can't hear anything that you guys are saying at all.
Can you hear me now, Connie?
About one word every sentence comes through.
Okay. Do you have a book of ideas on your 10-degree ruler? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll ask Connie. I'll call her and ask her. So tune in next Wednesday, and we'll give you the answer on whether she has a book to all of her ideas for the 10-degree ruler. All right, so that's all we have for today. We're running a little bit late, so I want to thank you guys all for joining us. Thank you, vendors. Thank you, those of you watching us. Liz wants to know what the word was today. Liz, you tuned in at the very end. I cannot give that to you again. You're going to have to scroll up and find it on your own. All right, we will see you guys next Wednesday. All right, have a good week. Do something creative. Get a lot of sewing done. All right.
Bye.
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 Thank you.